Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Hopefully you're all doing well. Going to jump right into it. We're going to do a review on the Momarsh Invisi Chair. This is a blind that I've used for a mixture of marsh hunting and flooded field hunting for about 2 or 3 seasons now. I got it kind of towards the end of one season, so I wouldn't count that as a full season. So I've used it now where I'm comfortable of how I like to be brushed in, where I like to use it, where I don't like to use it, its strengths and its weaknesses. So jumping right into it, I'm just going to take a look at how quickly it is to set it up. And as you can see, really easy to set up, really easy to get all quickly adjusted in your area of hunting for this blind. Going over some of the positives of this blind. This blind, for me, the biggest thing is with layout blinds, and the reason why I didn't do the Invisi Lay or the other blind that Momarsh does is I was trying to get away from marsh hunting. The situation that I find myself in when I'm field hunting with layout blinds, where sometimes you get chatting with your friends, you have the doors open, and then out of nowhere you get buzzed by birds, and you're just playing the game of try not to move. Hopefully you have enough camo on that you blend in and playing the chance that the birds will come in close to you, close enough to get the job done. With the Invisi Chair with marsh hunting, for me personally, I find there's so much work that goes in to getting out to your spot, setting up, throwing the decoys out, collecting the decoys, that to make simple mistakes like having doors open, I just really didn't want to have anything a part of. Also, I want to be comfortable. And with the Momarsh Invisi Chair, I find personally that once I get it all set up, I have the cover over my head. In those situations, I'm actually able to kind of be very comfortable, concealed, but I'm able to still look around without having to expose myself too much and give my position away to the birds. Wait. Very slowly. Take them. That one's going down. So, in terms of concealability, it is great. Now, there's a lot of stubble straps on it, so you can really stubble it in. I've done 2 different stubble types now. I've done natural grass, where I've naturally grassed it in. The problem I found with that was I was always losing grass, and I was always playing the game of adding grass to it. If it gets wet, it gets fairly heavy with the natural grass. This year, I've gone to more of the synthetic grass that you can purchase from numerous of different companies. And so I went with this kind of fake artificial dead grass, and just due to the limited supply there was, it only came in one color. So I actually just used camo paint and made it a little bit more realistic to the area that I'm hunting. The plus that I personally see, and it'll be interesting to see how it works out this season, is I'm hoping that I don't have to add as much natural grass to it when I get out there. My hope is that instead of having to add 30% to it, I'm only adding maybe 5%, and then I can just take it off when I'm done. And I lose less glass. Like there was one thing with using natural grass I found is, personally, towards the end of the season, the blind was getting pretty bare, but it didn't seem to matter because it worked great, and birds really would come in. You're able to tuck away, be really nice and comfortable. Also, they do a great job of giving you a little pouch, so you can either throw some snacks in on the side. I loved it because I could put my coffee cup there. And just basically sitting in there, it's really comfortable. You have adjustable legs that you can heighten. Now, this is one thing that I really found a huge plus for this blind, because some of the areas that I hunt, the marshes can be rocky in some spots, or different softness to the ground. So I found that I can kind of lengthen individual sides to really kind of like make the chair level and stable. And that was a huge plus. And I've definitely really kind of enjoyed that. Only negatives that I find with this blind here is that, it comes out of the box really shiny material. I highly recommend either mudding it in or somehow taking the sheen off. And there's a couple different ways that you can do that, and there's better videos out there of how to remove the sheen of a blind. The second thing is brushing it in. You have to brush this in, whether you choose to go the natural grass or the synthetic grass route. It is an absolute must. This blind is one of those blinds that unfortunately comes with a high sticker price, and from when I purchased it to the price now, it has increased. And that might be due to the area that I live in. Maybe it's due to not being from where the actual company is located in the US and living in Canada. There's a limited amount of suppliers in Canada that you can purchase it from. And one of them, and by no means am I sponsored or anything by them, it's just availability. One of them is Canadian Waterfowl Supplies. And they've always kind of treated me really well. Customer service is phenomenal from them, but they have no control in terms of like what happens with the prices, and I wouldn't blame them, and I wouldn't put the blame on them. I mean, you go on Amazon and you click on the same blind, and I know it's probably being sold by a third party, but I mean, the prices can get absolutely ridiculous for it. So it's one of those things that if you know where you can buy it from, if you have a supplier that can get it for you, I definitely recommend it. But it is one of those things that if you're in a situation where you have to buy a lot of them for a group, the price is going to get right up there. That's the downside to it. It is an expensive blind for when you look at it and what it is. But the quality, that's the one, like finishing it up, the quality is unreal. The stitching is amazing. The materials that they use are top notch. They're not flimsy. It doesn't feel weak in any spots, and is just typical Momarsh high quality. That's the one thing about Momarsh products is like, and I've bought a few of their stuff over the years. It's just they try to be the industry leaders in terms of product quality, in my view. So is it worth the sticker price? Yeah, it is. But personally, as a consumer, do I wish that it would stop increasing on their products? Oh, absolutely, because I would love to buy more of their stuff. But it's just, unfortunately, where I live, nothing's getting cheaper. And they probably hear this from all their customers. So, I mean, who knows what's going to happen down the road. Hopefully this stuff kind of like levels off in its pricing. But it's brutal that you get exposed to something that's so good, such high quality, but the prices just keep going up and up and up on them. But it comes down to one of those things that I'm used to doing repairs on my hunting equipment. And either stitching stubble straps back or kind of fixing busted seams. On this stuff, it seems to be holding up solid, actually more solid than any other piece of hunting equipment that I have. So maybe there is an argument for, if they are going to be on the higher echelon of pricing, it's kind of nice that you are getting a product that lasts all the abuse, all the hardship that hunters put their products through during the hunting season. Just running my Momarsh blinds. I got my dog tucked away in her dog blind right there, and then I'm tucked away in the chair. And also during the off season, I mean, a lot of this stuff I store, it gets no love. As soon as I'm done using it, I pack it away, get it up out of the way, and I don't use it again until the next season. And I mean, there's just a lot of things that's probably not good that way, but it just doesn't seem to matter. They've built such a solid product. So for me personally, I know they do a couple different blinds in their lineup for the marsh hunting. For me, the Invisi Chair is just, it conceals you really well. You're not in a situation where you're kind of accidentally leaving doors open, and it packs up really, really flat. It's not too heavy, and certainly if you have a hunting store that like has them on display, I'd highly recommend going and checking them out, or watching a lot of videos like I did. And hopefully this video here helps you make your decision on what the next marsh blind is going to be. All right, thank you all so much for the support. Wish you all the best. Bye now.